The only person I would like to apologize is to my kids, so I didn't spend enough time with them. The biggest sacrifice was probably opening this gymnastics club and not being with our children. It's looking after other people's children and missing our own children's growing up. Hello, my name is Farkas Panger. I am from Hungary. I am 53 years old. I started gymnastics when I was 4 years old back in Hungary, in the city of Debrecen. My mother used to do gymnastics, and they took me down to this gymnastics place where I had to do a small test. So as my brother, who was 3 years older than me, and they told that he's too old to do gymnastics at age 7. To be honest, I never fall in love in gymnastics at the beginning because we had physically and mentally abusing coaches. We just continued to go to training because our parents wanted us to go, all the boys. They chose the sport for me. My last coach, he was a very good coach, and basically under his coaching I ended up falling in love with gymnastics and coaching. I'm happy with coaching if the numbers are right, with having enough good quality kids coming through, but it's getting harder and harder to get kids to work hard. How are you gonna be able to get a child to do 22 hours training a week? There was some very talented kids who decided to stop. Maybe they just didn't want it to work and train as hard anymore. And if you are a good athlete, then you can achieve. And if we managed to put these 3 girls into the Australian team with 2 months of training, and then they represented Australia 6 months later in international competition. And if that's not enough for a child and the parents to understand that there is goal settings in life, and there is resilience, and there is hard work, and that was probably the hardest, when you know that there's a talented child and it gives up because the parents are not understanding the sport either. I prepare them well enough, and if I trust them that they can perform this skill, the next step is for them to trust themselves that they can do the skill. There's very little interest in gymnastics coaching in Australia because in Australia, gymnastics is not a traditional sport. There's no money in there. Therefore, it's really hard to find someone who would be interested to learn coaching. The competition season, when it starts, you don't have weekends. There has been years in a row where 6 to 8 weeks in a row we don't have a weekend because there's one competition or another. If I would have become a stuntman, I think we would be much better off financially, and I probably would be enjoying the work in a very different way. But knowing that some of my friends who are stunt performers, they spend months and months away from their family shooting a movie somewhere else. I miss performing. When we were on cruise ships, I loved being on the stage. I loved performing. Stunt work was also a performing art, a different ways of performing art. So I miss performing. It's not necessarily the stunt work. I would love to go back to the cruise ships and perform again on the stage. So it's the different type of movements. Which gives me joy. Sometimes I go swimming, sometimes I go cycling, I go jog with the dog. So this is the movements, I think, is the one I'm missing the most. My wife and myself, we were working on a cruise ship, which was doing an around the world trip. And then we came to Australia. It was in 2001. And we just loved Australia. And then we decided we're going to come back. We got 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls. They're all born here. The oldest one is 19. She's currently also working on a cruise ship, same company as we worked for 22 years ago. And then we got 2 boys after that, 16 and 14. And then another girl, she's 13. We introduced gymnastics to all of them because we knew the benefit gymnastics can give to a human body in many ways. The oldest daughter had become an aerial acrobat and a dancer. And the youngest daughter was also doing gymnastics with us. And last year she retired from gymnastics because she became very tall, and she's currently training in aerial acrobatics. I would like this gymnastics club to become a bit more busy some days. It is busy on and off, but it would be good if we could continue to introduce the sport to the younger generation. And achieve as much as they can. You know, we have been in international competitions, kids being part of the Australian selected team, Australian squad. In a few weeks time I'm going to go to Germany again with a boy and a girl in the acrobatic gymnastics mixed pair representing Australia. So these memories will be something they will never forget. So I would just like to be remembered as a good coach who they can always, like a father, they can come and talk to me, and they engage with me anytime they like.
So you are Mr. Incredible and unstoppable champion. Mm-hmm. Am I correct?
I hope so.
Thank you. Thank you.